Hey everyone. So today is the 1st of December, and I've already mentioned this. For December until Christmas, I'd like to invite you to celebrate the time of Advent with me. If we're taking it exactly, then Advent has already started. Today it is celebrated with 4 Sundays prior to Christmas. So previously there have also been longer times with 40 days minus Sundays and minus other holidays, meaning you would probably have around 6 Sundays or 6 weeks prior to Christmas. At the time, it was just like before Easter, so a time of fasting, which I think for us today, with the rather stressful time that we often have in December, seems quite odd. There's little fasting happening when you're kind of running around trying to get all of the presents, when you're trying to visit all of the Christmas markets, as I often do. So I think it can be a bit overwhelming for a lot of people. But I figured let's use this space here to maybe also find some quiet, because that's what makes Advent such a joyful time, and one that I really, really like. And I think you don't even have to be particularly excited for Christmas itself. I think the time leading up to it also has a lot of value and a lot of beauty to it. So, what we have here in Austria is one of these wreaths, an Advent Kranz, out of different kinds of evergreen. Mine's a little simple. It only has one type of pine tree with some red decorations, some golden stars, and dried orange slices. And this one's quite traditional in that you have 4 red candles. And you'd always light one on a Sunday before Christmas. So, like I said, the first Sunday is already behind us, so it's about time we light the first candle. Funnily, for a very Catholic country like Austria, we have a lot of Protestant traditions, such as these wreaths. They are from the middle of the 19th century. And in the first form, they actually had 24 candles, so 4 large ones for the Sundays, and then smaller ones in between, one for each day. And like I said, this color scheme is quite traditional, but today you can get any color you want. But a different tradition would also be to have 3 in violet and 1 in pink. These would be the liturgical colors. And the reason for the different one is because the 3rd Sunday is a Sunday of joy, and pink is the color of joy, so you would have a different color. Another option would be to put a 5th candle in the center. That one would be white. That's called the Christ candle. So that one you will light on Christmas Day. what I really like about these two is that I think it really invites you to find some calm with the light. Usually you would light the candles once it gets dark. When I was little, we also sometimes sang some Christmas songs together, which today I don't do anymore. But maybe I could start again. Just listening to some, maybe. And I also really like, apart from the colors, also the scent. I think there's a very specific scent to Christmas. You know, especially coming from the Christmas tree. From the pine needles. But you would also have all kinds of scents from the kitchen, cinnamon, cloves, allspice. And then of course there's all the candlelight here, the darkness outside, but also a very specific kind of sunlight when we do have sun. And personally I really like the winter sun. So there's all things that we're gonna have a look at over the next days. But for now I'd like to share one other tradition with you, and that is an advent calendar. So let's just put this aside. So I don't think I have to explain an advent calendar to you. You probably have these in your countries too. They've become really, really popular. Funnily, these two are Protestant inventions from the 19th century. And I picked this one with the snowy landscape. We have an owl sitting up here in the tree, looking a little tired. And the squirrel dashing around here. Some deer looking back at us. Probably after these apples here in the snow. We have some mushrooms, and I think these are 4-leaf clovers, so already looking ahead to New Year. And some bunnies over here, checking out the snow. And then of course, this beautiful little house with someone looking out the window. Maybe Frau Holle shaking out the duvet and making it snow. And these types of advent calendars are very popular. Funnily, one style that I really associate with Christmas is one that I always thought was from around 1900, but it's probably more something like 1920, 1930. Like on this picture here, you can see the Christkind, the Christ child, bringing the Christmas tree. And the Christkind in Austria doesn't really resemble Jesus anymore. I feel like it's its own kind of nativity figure. We have a Christmas tree here. This is from a Christmas museum. This is also from the time around 1900. And I think a style that a lot of people associate with Christmas and Christmas decorations. And again, here we have a card from about 1920 that says Merry Christmas. And you have all of these little angels decorating the Christmas tree. The funny thing is that these styles from the 1930s are so common. It's because after the Second World War, once they could start printing again, they just reused these older styles that they had. So they've kind of persisted a lot longer than you would think. Of course, often fashion changes, but there were reasons that it couldn't change. Alright, so how about we open the first window? Let's see where it is. Alright, there, next to the scribble. So let's see. Oh, look at that. It's a little puppy peeking out, saying hello. That's pretty cute. Alright. So, I would say, let's blow out this candle for today. And I hope you'll join me for the next weeks up until Christmas. And I'll be happy to hear from you about what kind of traditions you have in your corner of the world and what you like about this time of